Good afternoon and welcome to the Division of Environmental Science, ESF. This is the beginning of your journey, whether you're a transfer student or you're a first-year student. What I'd like to do with this brief presentation is to talk about the program staff, the demographics of incoming students, the program overview for environmental science and environmental health, the plan sheet and curriculum overview related to that, and then some final instructions for advising and registration to get you off and running. So the program staff, I'm Dr. Russ Briggs. I'm the director. I'm in 202 Baker. My email is rdbriggs@esf.edu. Dr. Lee Newman is the environmental health coordinator, and she'll be advising all your first year students. And her email is lanewman@esf.edu. She's in Illicoll. And finally, Monica Blaisdell, she's the advisor and the curriculum coordinator for environmental science. Her email, mblaisd@esf.edu, and she is also located in 202 Baker. Here's our home, environmental science, the division home. It's in Baker. There's the outside of Baker lab. We're up there on the second floor in the corner. And there's the outside of our office, 202 Baker, with a very upside down director. Advisors are the most valuable people right now to help you organize your thoughts and get your path navigated. And so for environmental science, the BS Environmental Science, you'll all be advised by Monica Blaisdell in 202 Baker. Your environmental health, you'll all initially be advised by Dr. Lee Newman in 246 Illick. And here is where Miss Monica Blaisdell resides, 202 Baker. That's her campus office. But most of us are working remotely since March, and we're doing a lot of things remotely. And this is Monica's office next to her kitchen, very next close proximity to the Keurig. Here's your environmental health advisor's home office. This is Dr. Newman. The second floor, you're looking at Illicoll. There's the hackberry trees looking across the quad. And if you go up to 248, you'll find Dr. Newman's office. And occasionally you'll find Dr. Newman there when she's not in her lab and off on other projects. So what does it look like? So your incoming cohort of 2020, there are 43 environmental science students. 35 of you are first year, 8 are transfer. There are 8 environmental health students. Half of you are first year and half of you are transfer. Where are you coming from? Most of you are coming from New York State, but a number of you are coming from other states, including Ohio, Georgia, Michigan, New Jersey, Missouri, and Massachusetts. We even have some international students from Vietnam and from Thailand. So essentially all over the world. Where are the transfer students coming from? Some of you are transferring from the College of Staten Island, some from SUNY Canton, some from the Borough of Manhattan Community College, some from Finger Lakes Community College, Onondaga Community College, Corning Community College, and Rockland. So a variety of lower division institutions across the state. And so let's talk about the program overview. So where can you find this? So the overview of the program is pretty well illustrated in the website. If you look for environmental science, the web pages are under www.esf.edu catalog, environmentalscience.asp. Or the easy way to get to that is just Google environmental science within the college website, and you'll come to the course web pages and the program web pages. The same is true for environmental health. Those pages are laid out in pretty good order in the website in www.esf.edu and environmental science, environmental health. And again, you could easily Google or search in the ESF website for environmental health and wouldn't have to type out this long URL. What is environmental science? I'll talk about environmental science first. Well, at first it's interdisciplinary. Here are the college departments: chemistry, biology, sustainable resources management, landscape architecture, environmental studies, environmental resources engineering, chemical engineering. These are the classic departments of the college. Environmental science is interdisciplinary. It spans all of those departments, little pieces and courses from each of those departments. So that's environmental science. It's best depicted by this wheel with interacting spokes among the departments. It's individualized. and that is for your professional development needs. No two programs sheets look alike. There are 15 credits of upper division electives. The option area has 15 credits. Advanced Science or Math, 2 courses, 6 credits. An Environmental Science Core, 9 credits. Lower division elective, 12 credits. And then General Education, another 6 credits beyond what's provided in the program. In the core courses, 59 credits. So there's a lot of room for individualizing this, as you'll learn very shortly with your advisor. It's integrated. It integrates watershed science, includes renewable energy, earth and atmospheric system sciences, environmental information and mapping, health and the environment. What you're looking at here are the 5 option areas. It's indubitably interesting, I would say. Otherwise, why would you be here? And it's flexible. And what I mean by flexible, those 5 option areas allow you a lot of leeway to tailor your program for your individual needs, individual professional sightings. There are study abroad opportunities. There are that 15 credits of upper division electives can be fulfilled with study abroad. There are those 15 credit hours of upper division can be applied to college minors, and there's dozens and dozens of official college minors. And there's requirement for research and or internship credit in these programs. So it's very flexible. Environmental science students from the last academic year, what have they done? Well, some worked in the Willow Biomass Program research. One studied sustainable agriculture in Thailand. One created a recycling plan for New York State parks. Some analyzed Arctic ice core samples as part of an REU. So a real variety of opportunities in terms of study. Here is a title of one of those articles done by one of our students, a new conceptual model for interpolar climate coupling during the ice ages. This was done by Megan Harris. She was at SUNY, and her mentor was Chris Busiart, and she presented at the 2019 American Geophysical Union in San Francisco. So it's pretty much a very large opportunity to do a wide variety of things, everything from publications and heavy-duty science to some internships. What is environmental health? We'll switch from environmental science. Environmental health is the intersection of human health and the environment. The interesting thing about our program, it's one of 28 accredited programs in the United States. It's 8 focus areas that you'll learn about with Dr. Newman. There's internship experiences required, an off-campus internship, and a capstone internship synthesis. These are all some of the highlights of the program. It's more prescriptive than environmental science. The need for accreditation requires some very tight requirements in terms of courses. In the 8 focus areas, accredited by EHAC. You'll learn more about the individual focus areas with Dr. Newman. And you'll talk about internship credit, and that's the final piece as you exit here, is the internship is an absolute requirement. So your individual program, it's described on the plan sheet. So the environmental science plan sheet looks like this. It's available online. You'll see all of these courses, calculus, chemistry, and so forth, all the required courses. You'll see the credit hours, the semester offered, and most of you coming in for freshmen will be pre-registered for these. If you're not pre-registered, you have AP credits. You'll have some chance to make changes to your schedule, and your advisor will help you with that. But the plan sheet looks like this. It's several pages, includes all the courses. So by the end of the time you leave here, this plan sheet will all be filled, and every one of these boxes will be checked. It's the same for environmental health. The environmental health plan sheet looks much the same. The courses are a little different, but filling in all of the courses, calculus, biology, and so forth, chemistry, they'll eventually populate. And so whether you're an environmental health student or an environmental science student, when you leave, you'll have populated all these required courses, and then all of the other courses, and some of the options, the option area courses. Advisors help you do this. So what your advisor does, your advisor and you will help you develop and create a college plan, essentially a means of attack or a way of tackling the plan sheet and taking care of those courses and making sure they all get in there. You'll select register for classes. Your advisor will help you and sign off on that and try to make sure, oversee what you're doing to ensure or help ensure that you get all the courses you need when you need them. Your advisor will help you complete the necessary paperwork. There are petitions and enrollment forms, etc. There's a lot of paperwork that goes with being a student. Your advisor will be key to helping you stay on top of that. Your advisor is not responsible for that. Your advisor will assist. Basically, you are responsible for your program. The advisor can help you to think about planning your capstone experience, the culmination of your 4 years here, or if you're a transfer student, your 2 years. And the advisors will also be able to connect you with various campus resources and student life and student clubs and so forth. So your advisor is extremely valuable, and talking with your advisor regularly will just make your life a lot better and a lot more interesting. And your advisor will also help you achieve personal and professional goals. So these discussions about the courses you're taking and what you're doing and what your goals are, your advisor can help you think about those, and as you hone them, as you move from your first year to your 4th year. How does orientation work? It's virtual this year because of COVID. So here's the advising process. Environmental science student, you'll receive an email directing you to sign up for virtual group advising. Okay, this email will come from Monica Blaisdell, your advisor. Okay, you'll be signing up for one of these periods, Monday, August 17th to Friday, August 21st. That's the advising period. Okay, you'll need to make an appointment. These are all virtual, so keeping an appointment is essential. You'll sign up for one of the group appointments. You'll work with some other students in a group. And if you can't attend, or you'll need to arrange an alternative time. So if there's some reason you can't attend any of these sessions, I don't know, maybe you're traveling or you're quarantined, whatever, you must arrange an alternative time. And so this is an important email, mblaisd@esf.edu. This is your advisor. So when you get an email from your advisor, when you get an email from ESF, it's important to read it. This is how we communicate with each other. Environmental health students, you should already have been in contact with Dr. Newman. Dr. Newman has been in contact with all the new environmental health students. Her email, lanewman@esf.edu. If you've not had a personal advising session, please contact Dr. Newman by email to set up a time. Again, it's your responsibility to make sure that you set up a time. Other topics for orientation week advising sessions. Well, introductions, you'll learn about your advisor, you'll learn about some of the other students. Your advisor will learn about you. You'll have an opportunity to make schedule adjustments, registration changes where needed. So if you're most freshmen coming in without any AP credit, you'll just be slotted into the courses that you're expected to take. But many of you have AP credit, and so many transfer students have other courses taken. And so it's very important to adjust your schedule with your advisor to make sure that you maintain full-time status and make forward progress in your degree. So again, this session with your advisor is critically important. You'll learn how to navigate MySlice. Refer to Module 2 for the initial directions in the orientation course. One thing you may want to do is level up in math. So APM 105 and 106, the calculus courses, the physics-based calculus courses, the same level, the same courses, but based on physics, 205 and 206. Now, if you're intended to take on courses in engineering, you're going to be in the earth and atmospheric sciences or other quantitatively focused programs, it's really recommended that you take these higher level courses, because for some of these programs, with an engineering program and engineering bent, you cannot get into the upper division courses without this. So if you're looking at earth and atmospheric system sciences or some of the other quantitatively focused programs, think about leveling up or moving up to APM 205, 206 from 105 and 106. Your advisors will be able to tell you whether that's a good idea or not. And transferring in AP college credit, your advisors will check to make sure all your credits are transferred. You have the responsibility of getting all those AP credits in. And so that's usually done at the first stage through the Office of Admissions. And your advisor will help with general questions. You'll also learn about ENS 132. This is the first professional course for both environmental science and environmental health. Your advisor will explain a little bit of that course and its importance. How will advising work? Throughout fall 2020 semester, this will be done via video chat. Because of COVID, there'll be no in-person advising unless there's something extraordinary circumstance. So if you're unable to participate in the video chat, you can participate in the phone. Okay. Again, in-person advising may be possible under very particular circumstances. It's very important that you contact your advisor to talk about this. Zoom is the common video chat platform for virtual advising. Use of your SU email credentials to set up a free Zoom account. You can also download the Zoom app. So as a student with SU credentials, the SOAR.edu, you have access to the Zoom platform. ENS 132, the first professional course. In this section, it's going to be done in a high flex style, meaning there'll be some in-person sessions, some synchronous streaming of live classes, and some asynchronous recordings. More information will follow. Monica Blaisdell teaches that course for environmental science, and Dr. Newman teaches it for environmental health. So they'll provide you a little more information. But be aware, in ENS 132 is high flex for environmental science, and at the beginning, it's planned to be totally face-to-face for environmental health, which has a smaller cohort of students that can be fit safely in a socially distanced classroom. So I can't stress this enough. Make sure you check your email for the latest information. All of the communications from the college come to you by email, and you may or may not have used email a lot in the past, but it's essential when you see an email from ESF, an ESF email, that you read it. It's the only way we can get information to you. We expect that you read it, and now we hold you accountable for looking at those communications. So with that, I end this presentation. I hope it was informative, and I want to stress the importance of contacting your advisor and keeping up regular contact and keeping appointments. And with that, I'll see you soon, and I'm looking forward to eventually to meeting you all in person as this hopefully pandemic winds down a bit.